Here's the guy in the red shirt coming down here now. He's a Liverpool supporter, so he must be bearing bad news. There's another stout that I've seen there that we might try tonight as part of this extravaganza. There you go. That's a Guinness. Okiwana, it's Japanese, lads. Okay, let's see what colour this is. It looks like, from what I can see, it looks like a dark ale or a dark lager. So let's give it a go. I'm getting notes of Alka-Seltzer. I guarantee you, and I tell you this, there's things I've never said on this channel or the Big Picture El Panorama before, but I can tell you, I guarantee you 100%, you can pick up a floozy up there without a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely. Hi guys, welcome back. This is Alpha Omega Occasionally, and tonight, yes tonight, we're doing a video at night. We did one last week and we drank beer lao, and while I was doing that, I happened to notice that in the same fridge, in the same restaurant, this one here, it's written in Thai and it's written in Mandarin Chinese, but it's not written in English, which will give you an indication that we're in a place where there are little or no Westerners, which is the arse end of Wigwang Market. If you're looking for bearings, you're opposite Soy 43 on Pratchesong Crow. I'll try and leave a link in the description. But you will be able to get beers from all over the world here. But we're going to have a Guinness. Yes, you heard me right. We're going to have a Guinness. Because this guy sells Guinness in the middle of bloody nowhere. It's not draft, it's can. And it's not canned draft, it's just canned Guinness. But I haven't had a Guinness in so long, I forget what it tastes like. Well, I don't. But I'm looking forward to tasting it now. And we're going to have a chat about what makes this place so damn interesting, Wigwang Market. Anyway, enough of the waffle. Let's get in here and have a go at this. Well, if you were with us last week, you would have seen this place. This is the fridge with beers from all over the world, and this is where I'm going to get me Guinness. So let's have a look and see exactly what he has. I'm going to kill the audio here because he's playing music. Let's have a closer look at this wonderful fridge. I was on the lookout there for ABC beer. That's a Singaporean stout, which I had in Myanmar about 2 years ago now at this stage. I thoroughly recommend it. They don't have it, and it's very hard to get in Thailand, although I think it can be got. I'm sure it can be got. ABC stout. It's on a par with Guinness. Well, I wouldn't say it's on a par with Guinness, but it's in the ballpark. There's another stout that I've seen there that we might try tonight as part of this extravaganza of drinking real beer. And I think you'll agree, Guinness is real beer. So let me cut to the chase, sit down, order me Guinness, and make sure I pour it. Remember, I don't think they have draft Guinness, and if I did say draft, it's beer sud, but it doesn't say beer, it doesn't say draft beer on the can. However, I'm not going to let that deter me. Well guys, here we are, and I'll tell you something. Never let a Thai pour your beer for you if you're interested in the aesthetics of it, because they just don't know how. He actually opened the bloody can before I got a chance. Bloody hell. Between the time he opened the can and between the time I set up the shot. Anyway, here we go. Guinness. Although it's not draft, I'm going to leave that to settle for a moment. But just to give you a heads up, lads. Haha, heads up. How about that? It's doing its marvellous thing. I just have to give you a close-up of this. I just will. Wow. I just will. Let's try this. Again, this is not draft Guinness, lads. There's no widget in this. So you don't get a decent head. That's one thing, but there it is. Let's get this down the hatch and I'll tell you all about it. My God. My God. There's no widget. It doesn't say draft. My God almighty, that's delicious. It is fucking draft. Balls. There's the widget. I didn't know. And I made a hames of the first pour, but look at that. I'll probably lose my passport now because of that. But it doesn't say draft on the can. Draft Guinness back home is clearly labelled draft Guinness. I just thought that was Guinness in the can. But look at that, lads. Look at that. Isn't that perfect? Is that perfection? Is that perfection? Oh my God. There's few things as good in life. I tell you that for nothing. That is absolutely wonderful. It needs a pint glass. You actually need a pint glass. But the creaminess of the head, is that from James's Gate? And you might say, why am I asking, is this from James's Gate, Dublin? Because Guinness has breweries all over the world. And it does say, it just say Guinness established in James's Gate. It doesn't say brewed in James's Gate, and it's all written in Mandarin Chinese. So I'd imagine this is not James's Gate, Dublin 8. By the way, that's where James's Gate is. It doesn't say it. It just says established at James's Gate. So this is not Dublin Guinness. But it's wonderful. I think I'll have another one of them. I think it's worth it. And I think now, because I know there's a widget in it, and I know that it's draft, I would treat it with a bit more respect. Let's get up and get another one. I've gone up and I've gotten myself a second can, and this time I told him I'd open it myself, and I can actually feel the widget in it now. The reason I couldn't feel the widget in it the first time, he'd opened the can. If I went like that, I would have spilt. But all the instructions are in Mandarin, and if you want to know, Thais haven't a clue how to pour beers. They're not, yeah, the instructions are in Mandarin, but have a look at the instructions, look. There's a way to pour a Guinness, and I know that this is draft. Jesus Christ, why didn't I know that the first time? So we open her up. I can feel the widget inside. You see, in Ireland they give you a clean glass. You'd never get a clean glass in these fellas. So we've got the pour at the right angle. And allow it to do its magic. Now that's the right way to pour a Guinness. So it's working itself there. So you see, now is the time to savour and to enjoy. But one of the other things about what we're doing here tonight, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who support me on Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. Just to list a few of you who in recent times have helped support this channel on Buy Me a Coffee. And guys, if you want to help support the channel, the QR code is there and the link is in the description. Someone today, a supporter, just comes up with someone, I don't know, I haven't got your details, $5. Thank you so much indeed. And have I got more details on you there? I don't. And taxi to Leo. Leo, thank you very much. Thank you for your generosity. And you hope to see you again next month. Well, I hope to see you again next month. Taxi. Jesse, a big thank you to you for your contribution. Robert Cooper, thank you very much indeed, Robert Cooper. It's been a while since you'd made that contribution, and I haven't had the opportunity to say it, but I'm saying it now. Thank you so much indeed. And Guy B124, thank you so much. Paul Murray, thank you so much. Paul Murray twice, thank you so much. Anton, thank you so much. Anton Cardigan, thank you so much. And the Northsider, and RJ, thank you so much. And Forbes. And Glenn, as always. The list goes on. And I thank you all for helping me bring you this content. So, the Guinness has settled. So it's time to christen it. There you go. That's a Guinness. Oh my god. It's just, for me, I've had Guinness in Thailand on numerous occasions, and the bars that you go into, generally speaking, it's hit and miss. It can be average at the best. Now this is not by any means up there with one of the best pint of Guinness I've ever had. I'd reckon it's about a 6. That's more than a 6. I reckon it's about a 6 out of 10. Absolutely. Maybe a little bit more. Let's see if it'll convince me otherwise. It has the characteristics of canned, or when I say canned, bottled, has the characteristics of canned. Of course it does, because it's in a can. But what I'm saying is, it's draft Guinness in a can. It has the characteristics of bottled Guinness, definitely. And it has a degree of the characteristics of draft Guinness. But you see, here's the problem, you see. That should all go in one go. But you see, the glass is not a full-size glass, so there's still some left over. So you never do this. This is sacrilegious actually doing it like this, but I'm doing it. And the glass still isn't big enough, there's still some left, but it's doing its magic there again. It's ice cold, and it's very, very refreshing. Tell me about your experience with Guinness in Thailand. You know, Ireland's a small country, and people say it's a small island. Even people in Ireland say it's a small island. It's not a bloody small island. It's the 20th largest island in the world. The 20th largest island in the world. In fact, it's an extremely large island. It's a small country, but a large island. But we have given so much to this world. And if the keen-eyed amongst you will notice the harp as the Guinness logo, and the harp is also the official symbol of the Republic of Ireland. It's on our passports. There's a story about the Guinness harp and the harp on the passports. I'll go into that another day if you're interested. But this is more to do with it. Now that's perfection. That is perfection. Do you know Guinness isn't black? It's very, very dark purple. That's the colour. You can't really see in this light, but you can see a kind of a hint of it there at the bottom. Anyway, enough about talking about the colour. Oh lads, that's the real deal. That really is. Hang on a sec. Why didn't they say it's draft on the first can? I just thought it was canned Guinness. Jesus. Well, you know something? I'm enjoying this so much. I'm going to have another one. I'm not going to have a Guinness. I'm going to have the other stout that they have in the fridge, because it's always interesting to give some other beers a try. And this place is a place where you can get, as I said, there's umpteen beers from umpteen different places. My God. Wonder Bar. There's no splitting the G here. I tell you that, lads, for nothing, because there's no G on the glass. But I will say, gee whiz, it's absolutely fantastic. And again, to take this opportunity to thank you guys for being there. By the way, this market that I'm in, I plied my trade here with my other channel, The Big Picture El Panorama, for over 3 years. It's not something that I'm doing so much of anymore. But after walking down here from where I live, I walked all the way down. We're about 1 kilometre from the top of Rashid Afisik Road, right down to the end of the market here. I had to pass through the market. The girls, oh my God. If you want to meet a girl in Thailand, you won't go far wrong in Wigwang Night Market. You just will not go far wrong. There are oodles of them. Not necessarily down this far, but just up there. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, if you're familiar with The Big Picture El Panorama, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't know about my other channel, The Big Picture El Panorama, it's a channel that I'm not doing much on at the moment. It's in transition, but there's a link in the description here, and I'll show, put it this way, I'm going to show a clip of what you can expect in Wigwang Night Market from, courtesy of The Big Picture El Panorama, right here. Well, what do you think of that? I mean, imagine sitting here, and you could easily be up there, and there's lots of guys, and Johan from the Netherlands, you know what it's like here, and Michael in Perth, Australia, you know what it's like here. I'm looking forward to meeting you again when you come over in April. You go up there, you'll meet a girl, and you come down here and you can have a Guinness. When I was plying my trade, doing the videos for The Big Picture El Panorama, I didn't know he had Guinness down here. I knew he had beers, but I didn't know he had beers from around the world, but I didn't know he had Guinness. I'm afraid what the bill will be, I'm sure they're easily $2.50 each. I'm almost, I'd say $2.50 each. The other stout that I'm going to get now, I haven't a clue. I've never had it before, but I'm going to ask for a clean glass, because I don't want the dregs of the Guinness to adulterate the taste of whatever the hell this other stout is. You see, me being Irish, I thought stout was stout. I thought stout was Irish, like Murphy's, Beamish, or Guinness. That was it. But there's stouts all over. The Germans have stouts. Not a patch on this stuff. And as an Irishman, I can tell you, I've never had a Beamish and I've never had a Murphy's, because I'm not from Cork. One thing about the draft Guinness in a can, as I said, it does have a kind of an aftertaste. It's not altogether unpleasant, but it's kind of a bottled aftertaste. Maybe I'd say those two cans have been sitting in that fridge up there since God knows when. I mean, they were there last week when I made the video. If you want to see it, the video there, I included a clip of the fridge in the video that I did last week from here. And those two cans were sitting there. I know they were. They must be sitting there for months and months and months. I know the shelf life. I don't know. Shelf life of stout. I don't know what it is. Hang on, let's try it. Let's find out. How long will stout last? Hang on. According to Google, it can last up to a year and maintain its dignity. Because, when we're talking about Guinness, we're not just talking about a beer, we're talking about an entity. It's an entity. And it maintains its dignity. It really does. I could do this all night. I really could. It's not a patch. It's not a patch on going into a pub in Dublin and ordering a pint to get a proper pint of Guinness. It just gives you the... It reminds me of what it used to be like. Geez, I've got 2 cans of Guinness on a table here in a restaurant in Wigwang. Imagine that. I'm getting the goo, lads. I'm getting the goo. Let's go up there and get whatever else is in the fridge. And I'm not for going for Guinness this time. I'm going for the suspicious looking dark. I think they call it dark beer. It's either a dark ale or a dark lager or a stout. Let's see what it is. We've just returned from the counter. I won't say bar because it's not a bar. And we've got this Orion Okiwana. It's Japanese, lads. Now, I've asked for a clean glass and I've got a clean glass. Obviously it's imported. This is going to be upwards in the region of 700 baht. I can tell you that for nothing, because it's all imported stuff I'm drinking. Hang on. If you want to buy me a coffee, buy me a coffee. Okay, let's see what colour this is. It looks like, from what I can see, it looks like a dark ale or a dark lager. What does it tell us on the can? It just says craft the dark. That's what it says, the dark. Now, this could be an absolute disaster. I was giving it the same respect as the Guinness, but I don't think there's any need to, because I don't think it's going to hold its head. The head isn't as creamy, but it looks nice, so let's give it a go. It's definitely not a stout. It's 100% lager. Dark lager. It's it has the kind of I'm getting notes of Alka-Seltzer. My Jesus Christ Almighty. But having said that, if I was to, well, feeling as I feel now, which is not, I'm not completely inebriated. I'm not inebriated at all. I've had 3 beers here now, and I could have had 4 Leo for 151 baht from 7-Eleven. 4 Leo. I could have had a large bottle of Leo from here for 60 baht. I could have 3 large bottles of Leo here, 120, 60, say for 200 baht, give or take. And I've had 2 Guinness and 1 Orion. And it's going to come to something like, I would say 750. Just wait and see. We might move somewhere else. But you see, there's nowhere else to go in Wigwang Market to get, you know, a beer that's from somewhere else around the world. Just to reiterate, lads, this is a place that you can come to any night of the week, and this is a Thursday night. If I can tell you I tell you exactly what will happen. If I decide to continue to drink and get myself well on, and get myself into that kind of get the goo, as we say, and walk back up there, I guarantee you, and I tell you this, there's things I've never said on this channel or the Big Picture El Panorama before, but I can tell you, I guarantee you 100%, you can pick up a floozy up there without a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely. And the later you leave it in the evening, the better it is. Like, it's 9:30 now. You come along here, you sit here like I'm doing now, and you get yourself into the groove, you know. And then you with interesting beers, not because everywhere else along here, like anywhere else, you know yourself, Leo Chan Sing, yada. But you get yourself into the groove with something nice like this, and about any time after 11 o'clock, between 11 o'clock and 1 a.m., 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., you've got your pick of it. They're all over the place, and I can tell you, there's guys watching this video, one in Perth, Australia, and the other one in the Netherlands. And I'll say, I'll give a big shout out to Seascapes in Perth. You guys know, you've all been here. You know what I'm talking about. This stuff, Jesus Christ almighty. Oh, I just saw dark. I just saw dark on the can. Look, dark. I assumed it had the pedigree of ABC. If they had ABC, I wouldn't leave here. I'd be here all bloody night. I swear to God, ABC beer is... I swear to God. If they had ABC, I wouldn't leave here. I'd be here all bloody night. I swear to God, ABC beer is... I swear to God. You're watching me getting myself inebriated. I've got a quarter of a bottle of gin back home. But tonight is Thursday night. Friday is gin day. Not tonight. One of the things about doing this gets me out of the house. This gets me, you know, gives me time away from myself. And to have this hobby of YouTube is just, times like now, it's just fantastic. I can sit here and talk to you, and I can drink and have a beer, and I'm not causing any problems. I'm not with a floozy. And if I was, it wouldn't be on YouTube. Anyway, I'm going to finish this, and we'll see what else we can find to drink. The party's only starting for me, because at this stage I've got the goo. I've since discovered this is a leading brewer in Japan. They've 1% of the beer market in Japan in general, but 60%, you can Google it yourself, in the local area where they brew. I mean, it's drinkable. It's very fizzy. What shall I do now, huh? What shall I do now? Shall I get one more? I think I should. Or will I get the bill and mosey up? What do you think? Because if I mosey up from here, that's the end. That's the end of interesting beers, and this is a beer review, lads. And that's the end of interesting beers, because you won't get beers. You won't get other. You only get Leo and Chang and Sing, and we all know what they're like. I mean, they're okay. You won't even get gin here. Do you know that? You won't even get gin here. I know the 7-Elevens where you can get gin, and they're at least a 10-minute walk from here. And I wouldn't buy gin in a restaurant here, because you pay through the nose. So what will we do? Will we have another beer here, or will we mosey on? I think we should mosey on. Let's get checked in. Let's find out how much this is going to cost. Jesus Christ. I'm not saying it's bad. That stuff, it's wonderful. Fair play to you. Great beer. But it's not my cup of tea. Anyway, let's check bin and see where we're going here. So I've asked them for the bill. So let's see how bad this is going to be. I reckon it's $7.50. I reckon it's 750 because imported beers here. Beer Lao is 200 for a large bottle, but that's only across the way, you see. Lao is a neighbouring country. Ireland is not. Guinness. Ireland is not a neighbouring country, and neither is Japan for that matter. So I reckon I'm in 250 for Guinness, that's 500. Probably the same for the Orion. So 750. I'd imagine. Here's the guy in the red shirt coming down here now. He's a Liverpool supporter, so he must be bearing bad news. He's going to write it down because he thinks I can't understand Thai. I do understand Thai. I don't know what he's doing. I really don't know what he's doing. By the way, I'm from Dublin. Liverpool's only across the way from Dublin, so don't get your knickers in a twist. I'm not a Liverpool fan because I won't go into it. He's checking the prices online. That's what he was doing. God. And he's left-handed, so he's a clever clogs. I'm going to put the microphone down because I won't be able to hold it when I get the bill. I know I won't. I reckon 750. If it's over that, fuck. Let's see. He's still totting it up. Jesus Christ, it's only 3 cans. Okay. Jedloy, I told you, 7. So, hang on. I said 750 and it's 7. Come put across the tiny bro.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. มีเมียคนไทยหรือชายคนไทย
อ๋อมีคนไทย
ใช่ลูกคนไทย
อยู่มาหลายปี
ฮะที่นี่13 ปี
13 ปีแล้วโอ้
13 ปีแต่เนี่ยสแกน QR โอเค
ได้ภรรยาที่ไหน
ฮะ
ภรรยาคนที่ไหน
ประเทศ
แฟนอยู่จังหวัดอะไร
เอ๊ะ
เมีย
มีปทุมธานีคลองระวางปทุมธานี
ปทุมธานี
Yeah ใช่เรามีบ้านกรุงเทพโอเคบ้านเดิม Thank you ครับผม Thank you 700 I knew it there you go 700 for 3 beers. You might say I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. You gotta fucking try it, like, you know. If you were in Sukhumvit, you'd pay 700 for local beers. You would. There's no doubt. You would for that amount. 700 baht. There you go. 3 beers. 700 baht is Sukhumvit territory. But you see, I have enjoyed 2 cans of Guinness and that Orion stuff. And I was going to go and buy another beer up here in the other end of the market where all the action is. And by the way, if you want to know about this area, all you got to do is come here. It's Wigwang Night Market. You're better off here than in Sukhumvit, that's all I'll say. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to head home and I'm going to bring you with me. I've got gin in the fridge, not a lot, just a little bit. Enough for a nightcap. And we conclude this video back in the hacienda where it's safe. Because what I can see around me, lads, in the condition that I'm in now, I could very easily sway. Have a look at this. So that's what I mean. It's everywhere. So that's what I mean. I'm as well off back at home. So it'll be a split second for you. It'll be a couple of minutes for me. I'm going to mosey home, and I'm going to share the moment with a gin with you, and we conclude proceedings from there. Well, guys, you find me in the safety of my studio with my old friend Gordon's. It's only Thursday. It's only the dregs. Honest to God, I just decided I'd come home and be safe because that market is dangerous for a married man to be any night of the week. A few drinks on you, I tell you, 110%. Allow me to pour my Gordons while we. Allow me to pour my Gordons while we discuss the details, allow me to pour my Gordons as we conclude this video. This has been a beer review or a stout review. But you see, it doesn't mean that we can't review a gin. This is Gordon's London Dry Gin, and it's one of my guilty pleasures. There's not much in this bottle. This is from last week. 800, let's say rounded off 850 baht. But you see, those 3 stouts cost me 700 baht tonight. And that is not even, wow, there's a lot there. That's not even a night. And the Gordons will last you half a week. When this has lasted me a week. So I just want to, by the way, if you're wondering what I mix with it, it's Sing lemon soda. Usually I use Schweppes lemon soda, but Sing is just as good. It's a clear soda, and I usually have a slice of lemon in it, but this is as good as any. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. I just want to thank you lads for being there for me. And as I said earlier on in the video about the guys who helped me out with buying me a coffee, I really appreciate it. It's because of you guys I was able to buy this. This is a MacBook M4 16 gig, which is essential for me, and my iMac 25-inch 16 gig, which is also essential for me. But the most essential thing are you guys, and thanks for being there. I'm going to finish this, then I'm going to go to 7-Eleven. I'm going to buy some cornflakes and do the things I normally do. Have me cornflakes before I go to bed. It's only 10:30. So, you know, I could have, and you could easily fall foul of yourself. There's the thing. You can fall foul of yourself in Thailand. Do you know, I always think of the great title for the video at the very end when it doesn't really relate to the entire video, but there you go. You can always fall foul of yourself in Thailand, and that's for sure. Anyway guys, listen, thanks for being there. I'm as safe as houses. I'll enjoy this, get me cornflakes and go to bed, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for joining me.